Are you looking to implement business text messaging at your company? This service could have a huge impact on your business, your customers, and how you interact. It can certainly impact your workflow and your profitability overall. So today in this video, what we're going to do is give you an overview of why you really should implement business texting and how you could use it within your business. We'll go over several use cases and scenarios where you should be using it or could be using it. Then we're going to talk about the features and platforms that are available. I'll give you some really helpful information about pricing and how to watch for your costs. But then we'll also talk about some key integrations and how these business text messaging platforms can really plug right into your business applications. I will also talk to you a little bit about how to send those messages, what you can do, and what some of the possibilities are. And then if you stay to the end of this video, I will give you a pro tip that will definitely help you increase the number of text messages that you have approved on your list and that you can send out and get people inquiring to your business. Hey everyone, my name is Chad Agrawal. I'm the owner of Perfect Clicks LLC. We're a digital marketing agency based here in Parsippany, New Jersey. We specialize in branding, website development, SEO, social media, CRM integrations, and even custom software. If you are looking to work with somebody, reach out to us at info@perfectclicks.com or give us a call at 844-425-4257. That's 844-4CLICKS. So with that being said, today we're going to talk about why you should implement some business texting into your system, or at least get started with it. So first off, if you might be familiar with doing email blasts where you can get about 10% open rates or even 20% open rates. If you're getting above 20% open rates, you're probably celebrating that you have a really nice warm lead list and that you're getting some proper engagement and you can really pull and increase your business off of that. With business text messaging, you can receive open rates as high as 90%. This is one of the most underestimated methods to reach your clients, to reach more customers, to reach donations, to any of your stakeholders. Even if you're non-for-profit or if you're a charity and you want to send updates, or maybe a church, there's a lot you can do with business text messaging. And I think that's just because everybody texts. I mean, if you talk to most people, they will probably be able to send you a text message. They know how to text. I would venture to say that most people prefer texting to being on the phone. And especially with certain generations, are now used to messaging and texting more than being able to pick up the phone or call, or even send a contact form submission or schedule a meeting. Everybody wants to have information instant and somebody accessible. With business texting, you can use web platforms to text many people very quickly in live time and scale your operations. So it's very interesting from that point of view to be able to implement business text messaging, reach more people, service more people, sell to more people, and really take it to the next level. So I just want to give you a quick example of how business texting can really change and transform your business. We had been working for a senior living company that was really growing across the nation. They had a really big property opening here in northern New Jersey. And we were tasked with making sure that they were going to have enough leads to kind of fill that community. We did a lot of SEO and we did some digital marketing, and we definitely had the leads coming in. But for some reason or another, the leads just weren't closing. And the truth is there was an issue with how the appointments were being made. And because in senior living, you may not be dealing with the person who's living there, you might be dealing with a loved one or a family member or a friend or something like that. So you really have to stay in constant contact to be able to close a deal. The company implemented a business texting solution, and all of a sudden the conversions and the close rates went through the roof. And I asked one of the senior sales managers, hey, what's the biggest difference between before and now? I mean, the leads are pretty much the same. And he said, well, it's a lot like dating. I mean, once you start texting them, you're really going to get them to come in and meet you. And I was like, wow, that's a great example of how business text messaging is really going to take you to the next level. So it really takes you from just kind of blasting information out to customers to getting a really intimate relationship, because they are going to open that text message and they probably will reply. So there's a lot of different use cases that you can use for business texting, and the first and foremost is really for sales, right? You hear a lot about SMS marketing and bulk message marketing, but what about the one-to-one where somebody comes in, you get their number, and you want to follow up with them via text? You should be able to text them and give them all the information they need. Or let's say somebody calls in and says, hey, how much can I spend with your company? What are your pricing packages? All you have to say is, sure, I would love to walk you through those. And I have your number. I'll text you our prices right there. Now you've got their name, you've got their phone number, and then on text, you can get their email address or any other information that you require. So it's really important to get their phone number. And if you're in sales or in a small business, this can make a huge difference to your bottom line. So even if you're in some bad economy, bad downtimes right now, you have a lot of opportunity to grow your upside and increase your sales by using a text message line. Additionally, if you're working in a company or a business or a brand that has a service that needs to customize different attributes of that service or needs to offer different features, business texting is a great way to qualify your customer and to make sure that they either have the budget or you have the service or product that they're looking for. So business texting can really save you a lot of time by asking the right questions up front so your sales team isn't getting inundated with a lot of inquiries that they don't want to have. So if you're doing a really good job on the marketing side, business texting can really help on your sales side because you could really cut through all the fluff and you get to the information very quickly, and it's very scalable. Another huge use case scenario for business texting is customer support or technical support. A lot of times if you're running, an agency or another kind of business that needs support or needs help in customer service, have customers text you. You can set it up very similar to a help desk or a ticket or a support chat, but people are much more likely to text you and have you get back to them. And you can manage it on a web-enabled back end or front end for you that allows you to see all the messages coming in, manage it from one shared inbox, assign it to different users, create different levels and tickets. You have a lot of inbound and customer service, and you have a lot of calls coming in. You could save a huge amount on your costs by having a really good ticket system in place and solve their problems that way. It'll also allow you to take different features, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, but take certain keywords and automatic reply so you can get information out to them very quickly. If you're a growing small business or a enterprise business, business texting is a great way to recruit and hire employees. A lot of potential candidates out there don't go all the way through the application process. It's a great way for when somebody sends you an application to text them right away, send them a reminder for that interview, and send them any information for documents or onboarding that they may need, and just keep in touch with them throughout the process. It really reduces the amount of turnover and increases your likelihood of getting that candidate that you're looking for. Another great place that you'll see business texting used is within churches and communities. Think of your little leagues or community rec centers that need to send updates where something is either open or available, or there's a time change, any kind of community organization, government organization, and of course, political campaigns, right? Because you have political leaders or somebody who's running for a position that may want to reach out to their entire base and say, hey, please make sure you get out and vote. Or, hey, there's this great resource that's happening in town today, or maybe there's some road work that's happening and we need to let you guys know as well. So one last one I want to mention is that I've seen business texting being used in donations and fundraising. Now you have to be a little careful with this because there are some rules about that, so just check with a professional. But it's a very effective way to ask for a donation. So let's say somebody calls in and you get somebody on the phone or you have a relationship and you say, I would like to, if you'd like to make a donation, you could just text them a link to make that donation and you're good to go. So very, very effective for either raising funds or soliciting some donations, depending on what industry you're in. Higher education, nonprofits, and of course, for-profit businesses as well. As long as people can sign up for those updates and it's easy for them to opt out, they're really happy to have some of these services and they'll actually get in touch with your brand more. So depending on the type of business that you're working with, you'll really want to think about the type of number that you're going to have. There are business text message platforms and providers that offer what's called a text-enabled landline. So if your business is still operating off of a landline, that's not a bad thing, or has a cell line, you really could enable a text landline. And what the company will do is they will actually reach out to to your carrier, integrate with them, and say that we're going to take over the texting side of this number. And so you can have a brick and mortar store, let's say a restaurant or a pizzeria, and everybody in town knows that phone number. You can actually add texting to that landline. So you can keep your existing setup and just add text. Next, if you don't want to keep your landline and you have a cellular number, you could always just keep your cell number and port over the texting part to a service, or you can move your voice and texting over for unlimited texting. Now, there are some limitations to sticking with a carrier because you're not going to get all of the features to blast text messages or to do recurring marketing or auto reminders. You just have one-to-one, which still is an option for anybody that wants to do that or has very low use. But you really want to make the jump if you're going to go from cellular to something that's more web-based. And so you could definitely make that transition from a cell line to a full-blown business text line. If you're thinking of getting a new phone number, I would have you think about the fact that you should maybe want to go with a vanity phone number. You can either get a local vanity phone number or a toll-free vanity phone number. So depending on the service provider that you pick, there are limitations to a toll-free number or a local number. Some toll-free numbers don't let you get a media message or a media-rich message. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the main thing is, if you could get an 844 number, let's say our phone number is 844, 4 clicks, right? It's a vanity number because somebody you could just say the name of what that phone number is, or you can add text into that phone number. So it could be 888 text, whatever your company is. You can really come up with something creative if you're going to go with a toll-free number, or you can get really creative with a local number and have a separate line that's dedicated to your text messages. This is really effective if you are using your phone number on, let's say, only social media campaigns or on a specific platform where you know that all the inquiries coming from that number are really coming in through that one channel because that's where you're promoting it the most. So definitely think about, are you going to use your existing landline? Are you going to use a cell line? Do you want to use a toll-free number? Do you want to have a vanity number? I really recommend coming up with something really unique, memorable, and then sticking with it. One other note I'd like to make about choosing your number. You do have a wide range of numbers, but it can take some time to port over those numbers. If you have a landline, that activation could take as long as 7 to 10 days. Whereas if you have a mobile virtual number, it could be done in 24 to 48 hours. It really depends on the type of setup you'd like to have, the type of number you'd like to have. And if you have any questions about that, please leave it in comments below. It really is important to choose a good number because you're gonna end up promoting it everywhere. And people are gonna come to know that and know your business by that as well. So once you have your number picked out and you're looking at different platforms, you really wanna make sure that the platform has the type of features that you want to use. So some businesses are gonna need to send messages one-to-one. Let's say they're taking orders or they're setting up a new feature or a service. They really need to be speaking with the customer to make sure that they have all the customizations and features and attributes that they have, or they might be closing a lead. So it's a very intimate one-to-one, which is great. Or you might be doing one-to-many, which means that people have texted you and they've opted into your keyword or to your short code, and you want to blast them out with the next sale that you have or an opportunity to engage with your brand. You really want to make sure that you have one-to-one messaging, one-to-many messaging, and group messaging if necessary, because you might have to send it to small groups as well. So that's definitely something to think about. Those are some really big features to watch out for, because not every texting platform has two-way texting, or some have just blast or SMS text messages, or they have limits on the number of characters you can send, whether you can send extended messages or MMS and SMS text messages as well. Really quick, for anybody who doesn't know the difference between MMS and SMS text messages, basically an SMS text messages is your text-based messages that are below, I believe, 160 characters or something like that. And your MMS messages are your media-rich messages. So let's say a photo or video. If you need to confirm how a sample is going to look, or if you're going to be sending over proofs, or people need to send you a sample, you definitely are going to need an MMS, and not every business text messaging platform is going to offer MMS capability. So you definitely want to clarify that feature, especially if you want to be able to send text messages with images. Additionally, sending text MMS Text messages may cost you more, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Some of the other big features that you want to use include auto reminders or an away message. So if somebody sends you a text message at 11 p.m. at night, they're going to get an instant reply back that says, hey, it's after business hours, and this is when we're going to reach back out to you. And so this way you can let them know any information they might want to leave, and it's a great way to kind of just follow up with people. You can also schedule text messages or set up campaigns that are recurring. Think about an automated birthday message that you could just do year after year. It's kind of set and forget. You can also automate workflows to auto respond. If somebody has a similar question, you can pick up keywords. You can write your own templates so that way you don't have to keep sending the same text messages over and over. Then you can also create drip campaigns where you respond over time to once somebody signs up for a specific campaign, you can send them a message every week, every month, and kind of space it out as you see fit. Another great feature to have is running contests or allowing people to opt in and join a club. It's a really great way to get your customers involved and say, hey, maybe there's a limit for this limited time offer, or just say, hey, if you take this one action, maybe like us here or do something like that, we'll join a contest, and if you reply with this kind of a reply, we'll come back and we'll give you, a new class or something free or something like that. It's a great way to run contests and kind of create some engagement on text and get some really good sales right away. Next, I want to talk about business texting costs. You have to be really careful about the types of platforms that you choose, because I've seen the cost range from anywhere from 0.4 cents per message to 7 cents per message, over a 10 times difference in terms of cost per message. Also, some companies charge you for incoming messages, some charge you just for every single message, whether it's incoming or outgoing. Like I said previously, if there's a media-based message or MMS, it may cost more. So each provider has different limits on their platform and the different packages. So you really have to know how to calculate what your expected message use is and how many people are you reaching. Are you reaching hundreds or thousands? Now, previously, you used to be able to find texting providers that had unlimited plans. So they would base it off the users and the business and the features. So you might pay $100 per month or $500 per month, and you would just have unlimited text messages. But most platforms now really need to protect themselves from spamming and from really, really high use per location or the number of lines that they have. So they will have a limit per message. So they may have a baseline of their package to use the service, and then you can buy X amount of messages, whether it's 500 messages, 1,000 messages, or 10,000 messages. They have different plans. So you really want to look at those carefully, because those are going to impact your business moving forward. And those plans can really range in terms of pricing. Also, when considering your pricing, you really should look at the integrations that company offers. It might be worth paying a little bit more for a service that's actually going to integrate with your CRM, so that when somebody texts you, you know whose number it is, what orders they've done in the past, and you can pull up all their information and then also log some of the things that happened directly into your system. Additionally, you may want to have it sync with your eBlast or your MailChimp account. If you're running any kind of order taking system or inventory management or invoicing, it's really helpful to have all of that information tied directly into your existing business applications or services. It can make a huge difference to your automation and to your workflow. If you are able to implement something that saves your people time and makes their lives easier, you're much more likely to get buy-in, and you're going to get a whole lot of happy staff that's going to make your customers happy too. With the right CRM integrations, you're going to be able to pull the right data and analytics to make sure that you can tie through from people coming in through text messages or you reaching out and you getting some ROI from campaigns, maybe tracking it on the website or tracking it down to sales or to inventory or to close deals or what have you. There's a lot of opportunities by getting your integrations right, getting your CRM provider involved, and to make sure that system is going to work within your business. Once you've chosen the right provider and you've got your pricing and your integrations and your features in place, it does take time to set up the account. You want to have the right templates in there. You want to test it out, take things slow. You want to have a sample user base. You want to get the permissions from your customers and really start building your list over time. When it comes to sending your actual messages, and once you're all set up, I really would like to give you a word of caution and make sure that you don't spam. It's really not worth it. a lot of the carriers are really cracking down, especially on the web and online services. So they're forcing businesses to register and trying to hold them accountable for making sure that their messages are relevant, their customers have opted in, and that they're on top of their game. I mean, they don't want to have any spam going through these text message lines. Follow the advice of your business attorney, but also maybe your platform to make sure that you're following all the rules and that you're doing everything really by the book. That way you can grow your list over time and you can really focus on engagement and growing your business. I also want to tell you guys about a power tip that you can use to really help your business text messaging. And that is a feature called Tap to Text. So you can create a button on your website or on social media that allows you to literally just tap and it'll go right to their messages with your phone number ready to go so they can just send you a quick text. It's called Tap to Text. If you need somebody to help you implement it, just let me know. Give it a try. Business text messaging is a really great way. I really recommend you do it right. Find the platform that works for you, that's going to integrate with your business, and also that you can see yourself marketing. So choosing the right number and doing all of those things really well will make a huge difference, and it's a great avenue for any of those business use cases. Also, if you did get value out of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like on the video. It does let me know that I'm doing a good job and that you guys like this content, so that I can make some more. Also, if you would like some more videos, please do hit the subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about anything in terms of software or websites and driving traffic. And if you're looking for somebody to integrate your business text messaging, please reach out to us at Perfect Clicks. We're looking forward to working with you. We are here to help you as well. So thank you so much for watching and your time today. If you did watch to the end, please leave a comment below that you hit the end, and I'll know who our top viewers are. So I really appreciate it and hope you guys have a great day.